For we are the temple, and it houses the body, soul, and spirit of the man. For Joshua's our head, and we are the body. Just like any temple or any building, there's entry points into the building. So the body has entry points. You have your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your nostrils, and your private areas. And this is how they get in. For example, music, your ears. Also the eyes, because these artists put out videos. Witches work with potions and spells. So music, the lyrics are spells. You notice how these same artists have brands of alcohol? Again, the mouth is the entry point. You notice how they call them spirits, right? It's the spirit, a cold that drives you from within. Nostrils, but you smell. Notice how these very artists also have perfumes? Perfumes and also clothing. Rihanna has intimate apparel. And these are all known witches. Illuminati is for luminaries. And Lady Gaga's perfume contains semen and blood. And through fornication, that's how you get those king and queens. You get those succubus and incubus spirits, and those are very hard to get rid of. And through watching pornography and loving on yourself, if you know what I mean. Also, they sell food. You ever ask yourself why these artists that make so much money need to dabble in so many things like perfume, food, drinks, and makeup? Let's not forget makeup. Makeup was also given to us by the fallen. It's the seafood, it's putting on a second face. You ever notice how a lot of these occultic and pagan religions wear masks? Like I say, the eyes are gates. You ever notice how they call it channels, as in channeling spirits? And these are black boxes, spirit boxes. I believe this is a CIA chart. You see in the blue right there, television. Alpha state hypnosis, predictive programming, just like our phones. And let's not forget medication. So yes, the nations were deceived by sorcery. But as you can see, these are all our gates of our body, and they come through our gates in many forms, just not through medication. You ever notice the covenant that Abba made with Noah? So the covenant is inside us. And these are the chakra points of our body, which are the entry points. And I'm not showing you this image so you can get curious about New Age. Do not go there. The Ruach will let you know what you need to know. So the throat or the mouth is the entry point. For it is the door. The mouth is the door. Knock and the door should be open. So the mouth, the door, is a gate, an entry point. The olive. If you confess with your mouth that Joshua is Lord and believe in your heart that Yah raised him from the dead, you will be saved. You see, you have to confess it with your mouth, the door. Thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So you can either bless yourself or curse yourself with your mouth. So when Israel and Judah fell into captivity, our crown had fallen off our head. Woe unto us that we have sinned. In Ezekiel, the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creatures were like colored crystals that stretch over their heads. We have colored crystals inside our pineal gland, crystal waters. Then he showed me a river of water of life, clear as crystal, coming from the throne of Yah and of the Lamb. Jacob named the place Peniel, which means the face of Yah. I have seen the face of Yah, and yet my life has been spared. However, the Most High does not live in houses made by human hands. Heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. What kind of house will you build for me? Neither shall they say, Lo here, or Lo there, for behold, the kingdom of Yah is within you. In the reading of Ezekiel 4. I was helpless in the hand of Yah, and then he said to me, Go into the valley, and I will talk to you there. And I arose, and I went, and oh, I saw the glory of Adonai there, just as in my first vision, and I fell to the ground on my face. Then the Spirit entered into me and set me on my feet, and he talked to me and said, So as you see, he entered into him. In the reading of Ezekiel 38. Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog. So that means that he is the chief ruler, Gog of Magog, right? Back to the pyramid. You see? Magog, right there. Next to Baal, Ashtar, Basabar, these are principalities. Angels are depicted with wings, but they are purely spiritual beings. They do not have a physical body. They take on the appearance of man to better communicate with humans. And Putin is Gog, and they take on forms of humans. On that day, Adonai will punish the fallen angels in heaven and the proud rulers of the nations of the world. Why do you think that Elon Musk wants to put a chip in the brain? Because that's the throne. How about the Bill Gates brain presentation that they're trying to say is a hoax? Sure it is. So the demons are disembodied spirits. They got washed away. Those are the giants that got washed away during Noah's time. But they remember how it was to be in a body, and they try everything possible to get into your body, your temple. So you let them in through all these. The people are letting them in through all the gates in their body. You ever seen people, they said that they got so drunk they blacked out and they don't remember anything that happened? Well, that's the spirit taking over. Or somebody that killed somebody and they said that they don't remember how that happened. They just completely went black and they don't remember them doing it. Again, spirit took over. Unclean spirits need a vessel. It doesn't necessarily need to be human. It could also be animals. And that's the reason we're not supposed to have any images or idols, because they get into statues as well. Back to the movie.
So, like I said at the start, I was beaten, outsmarted, poisoned by Detective John Hobbs. Can you imagine what it feels like to be alive for thousands of years and realize you're actually going to die because some self-righteous cop decided he was going to save the fucking world? Yes, a demon can die. And Hobbs figured out how to beat me at my own game. So what? The war isn't over, I promise you. Not by a long shot. Forgot something, didn't you? At the beginning, I said I was going to tell you about the time I almost died. See you around. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man, well, and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul of faith.
Excuse me, on the left over here, we have individuals who are religious fundamentalists, religious fanatics, and this is the expression, RT-PCR, real-time PCR expression of the VMAT2 gene. Over here, we have individuals. So let me complete. So over here, we have individuals who are not particularly fundamentalists, not particularly religious, and you can see there's a much reduced expression of this particular gene, the VMAT2 gene. Another evidence that supports our hypothesis for the development of this approach.
What you see here is by spreading this virus, we're going to eliminate individuals from donning on a bomb vest and going into a market and blowing up the market.
So our hypothesis is that these are fanatical people, that they have overexpression of the VMAT2 gene, and that by vaccinating them against this, we'll eliminate this behavior. So we have some very, very remarkable data in this next slide. Here we have two brain scans. These are fMRIs. These are two different individuals with different levels of expression of VMAT2. On top is an individual who's a religious fanatic, an individual, and we've repeated this numerous times, that has high levels of VMAT2. Now, this individual down here who had low levels of the VMAT2 gene, this individual would self-describe as not particularly religious. In each case, these individuals were read a religious text. This individual lit up the right middle frontal gyrus, shown here, and that's a part of the brain that's associated with theory of mind. It's a part of the brain that has to do with intents and beliefs and desires. In marked contrast, here's an individual who would not particularly self-describe as religious, and when they're read a religious text, what you see is that this part of the brain called the anterior insula lights up. This is a part of the brain that's associated with disgust or displeasure on hearing something.
So you're suggesting I take a CT scan with me when I'm evaluating people to determine whether there's a bullet in their head?
So the data that I'm presenting here supports the concept that we're proposing, and I think that we would not propose to do CT scans or fMRIs on individuals out in the hinterlands of Afghanistan. The virus would immunize against this VMAT2 gene, and that would have the effect that you see here, which is it's essentially to turn a fanatic into a normal person. And we think that will have major effects in the Middle East.
How would you suggest that this is going to solve?
Well, so the present plan and the tests that we've done so far have used respiratory viruses such as flu or rhinoviruses, and we believe that that's a satisfactory way to get the exposure of the largest part of the population. Most of us, of course, have been exposed to both of those viruses, and we're quite confident that this will be a very successful approach.
This is fascinating. What's the name of this proposal?
Yeah, so the name of this project is FunVax, which is the vaccine for religious fundamentalism.
And you have a proposal already?
The proposal has just been submitted, and I think that the data that I have shown you today would support the development of this project, and we think it has great promise.
Not transferring to a new host body.